Every company is using AI right now. Most of them have no structured way to govern it, and the gap between AI adoption and AI governance is becoming one of the most important problems in business today. So, ISO 42001 exists because of that gap. In this video, I want to explain what it is, why it matters, and whether it's relevant to where you are headed, either as a professional or as an organization. Think about how fast AI has moved in the last 2 years. Tools, models, and systems that didn't exist in 2022 are now embedded in how organizations operate in hiring, in customer services, in healthcare, in finance, in how decisions get made. But here's the thing, most of the organizations adopt these tools quickly. The governance came second or didn't came at all, and that creates real problems. Who is accountable when an AI system makes a biased decision? How do you ensure the AI your organization is used in transparent and fair? What happens when something goes wrong? These aren't hypothetical questions anymore. Regulators asking them, customers asking them, boards are asking them. So, ISO 42001 is the international standard that helps organizations build a proper answer, a structured system for managing AI responsibly across the entire organization. ISO 42001 was published in December 2023. It's the world's first international management system standard specifically for artificial intelligence. Now, before I explain what that means, let me put the context. You may have heard of ISO 9001, which is the standard for quality management, or ISO 27001, which is for information security. Both of those are widely adopted globally. Organizations get certified against them to demonstrate they have proper system in place. ISO 42001 follows the same structure, but the focus is AI. What it gives an organization is a framework, a structured way to establish policies and processes for how AI systems are developed, deployed, monitored, and improved. Not just one AI tool, the whole picture of how AI is governed inside an organization. It covers things like how do you assess and manage AI-related risks, how do you ensure transparency and fairness in AI systems, how do you align your AI activities with business goals and ethical principles, and how do you build accountability. So there's always a clear answer to the question of who is responsible for what. And critically, it's certifiable. That means an independent third party can audit your organization, confirm that your AI management system needs to meet international standards. That's significant because it gives customers, regulators, and partners an objective signal that you are not just talking about responsible AI, you're operating it. From an organizational standpoint, ISO 42001 is relevant to any company that develops, deploys, or uses AI systems. That's a broad category, which is the point. It's not just for the tech companies, it applies to healthcare providers using AI for diagnosis, financial institutions using AI for credit decisions, HR teams using AI for recruitment, manufacturers using AI for quality control. If AI is part of how your organization operates, and for most mid to large organizations today, it is, then the question isn't whether governance matters, it's whether you have a structured system for it. Companies like Microsoft, AWS, and Miro have already achieved the ISO 42001 certification. This is moving from early adopter territory to industry standard, and organizations that wait too long will find themselves being asked uncomfortable questions by regulators, customers, and procurement teams. Now, let's talk about what this means for you as a professional, because this is where it gets interesting. AI governance is an emerging discipline. The frameworks, the standards, the rules, they are being built right now, which means the professions who get in early and build genuine expertise in this space are going to be extremely well positioned. ISO 42001 opens up several career directions. If you are in risk management, compliance, or governance, this is a natural extension of what you already do. AI governance is becoming its own specialization, and ISO 42001 gives you the structured knowledge to move into that space. If you are in IT, data, or technology, this gives you a governance lens that increasingly expected at a senior level. Organizations want technologies who can bridge the gap between AI does and how it should be overseen. If you are in consulting or advisory, clients are actively looking for people who can help them navigate AI governance. ISO 42001 gives you a globally recognized framework to work from. And if you are in leadership, understanding the standards is becoming the part of the job. Boards and executive teams are being held accountable for how AI governed in their organizations. Being able to speak to that credibly is already a differentiator. At Knowlathon, we offer ISO 42001 training for both individuals and organizations. What we do differently, and this is true of everything we do, is start with a conversation before anything else. For individuals, before you commit to a certification, we want to understand where you are in your career and whether ISO 42001 is genuinely the right next step for you. Sometimes it is, and sometimes something else makes more sense first. We'll tell you either ways. For organizations, we don't come in with one size course. We look at where your team is, what capability you need to build, and what would actually move the needle for your AI governance maturity. And with K Prime, our training warranty, you get unlimited access to live sessions for a full year. Because governance is complex and we would rather want you to come back until the concepts are clearer. AI governance isn't a future problem, it's a current problem. And now, the professionals and organizations who build that capability early while the standards are still being adopted widely are going to be ahead of very significant curve. If you want to understand whether ISO 42001 is the right move for you or your team, visit www.knowlathon.com or reach out directly. We'll start with the conversation. Until then, learn, grow, and repeat.